Hello, how's it going? Today we are going to start off by practicing solving and graphing two-step inequalities. But before we get into solving the inequality and graphing it, what we're going to do is first review just how to graph inequalities. So, quick review, this should be from 6th grade. If you still have questions after this video about it, please let me or Mr. Snook know. We can help you. So first, we have some words that we need to translate into an inequality. So if we just go through and read, it'll tell us what to write. So it starts off by saying x is less than 1. X is going to be our variable here. Less than means smaller than. So that's going to be represented by this symbol. And then 1. If you struggle to forget which way the inequality should face, I think about it like it's an alligator mouth. And the inequality wants to eat, the alligator wants to eat whatever side has more. So x is going to be smaller than, less than 1. So if we have a sign that is less than, that means that we need to have an open circle on 1. An open circle means I have a circle and I do not color it in. I do not color it in, I leave it open. And then if x is less than 1, that means it's smaller than 1. So my arrow, I need to shade this direction. Remember, like we said with our notes, whenever we have inequalities, there is more than one answer. Equations, there's only one, but inequalities have more than one answer. So when we put our answer on a number line, we're showing every single number that x could be. X could be 0, because 0 is less than 1. X could be -1, because -1 is less than 1. X could be -2, because -2 is less than 1. X could be -1.5. That's less than 1. So we want to see all of the options that we have there. Let's go to the next one. X is less than or equal to -1. So again, we just read through it and it'll tell us what to put. So we start off with our variable x is less than. Remember, x means less than means smaller than. So I'm going to put this sign. But this one also has or equal to. That means I need to have a line underneath of it. So we have the less than sign and half of an equal sign to show that it could be both of those things. It could be both of those things, less than or equal to -1. Remember, if we just have a less than or greater than sign, it's going to be an open circle. But if we have the or equal to, that means we need a closed circle. We need a closed circle on that number. So on -1, I need a closed circle. So I need to fill it all the way in this time. And then we see here, x is less than -1. So that means we need to color this way. We need to go color the numbers that are smaller than -1. Again, if you want to use the markers or the colored pencils there to help you see things better, go ahead and do that. That's why they're there for you. The next one, x is greater than 0. Go ahead, pause the video, try to write the inequality and graph it on your own. Make sure you think, is it a closed circle because there's a line underneath, or is it an open circle because there's nothing underneath? Go ahead and actually try both of these. Try both of these. X is greater than 0 and x is greater than or equal to 1. Pause the video, try both of those on your own. Sorry, that's my dishwasher in the background. Okay, so x is greater than 0. Remember, greater than means bigger than, and the alligator wants to eat the bigger number. Since there's no line underneath, that means we have an open circle on 0, and x is bigger than 0, so we're going to shade and color to the right. The next one, x is greater than or equal to. Remember, the or equal to means that there's a line underneath, and that it's going to be a closed circle on our number line. X is greater than, so we start shading to the right. Again, if you have questions with that, go ahead and ask me or Mr. Snook for help. Otherwise, go ahead and go on to the next video, which is solving two-step inequalities.